Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing tonight? That looks really dangerous. I don't even know where to stand on that. So here's how we started. I didn't even say hello yet, and I already got heckled from my wife. Oh, Victoria. My wife probably told me to say it. Well, first of all, you'll notice I wore patterns tonight, okay? So I'm trying to look somewhat slim. All right, no horizontal stripes on this body. Yeah, hot, we'll use that word, sure. When you get to be your own sound guy, it's even better. All right, folks, once again, how's everybody doing tonight? So, folks, my name is Joe Grassi. I am not the comedian. I am not the guy they're paying to be here. I am just one of the parents that kind of helped put this together. So, big round of applause for everyone that helped out here tonight, for the Dutchess, Debs. I just want to gauge the crowd first. Does anybody think that the earth is flat? All right, cool, so you'll get most of the jokes, so that's a positive. We want to make sure we get that out of the way first. Everyone here's for their kids tonight, right? Everyone's here for the kids? Yeah. Let's hear it for the kids. Don't clap too loud, it gets weird. The whistling stars, you gotta leave. All right, who here likes their kids? All right, who loves their kids? Love, we can do love, right? Like is a totally different thing. There is nobody on this planet you'd rather shoot and kill and die for at the exact same moment. My motto is, I want to kill them myself, please, thank you, all right? I'll step in front of it because I want the pleasure of doing it myself. You know, there's one thing about having kids that I've learned over the years, is that you lose shame, right? You lose the ability to have shame once you have your own kids. Before we got married, before we had kids, I'd go to Walmart, I'd go to other stores, you'd see a kid laying on the floor. That's disgusting. Who would let their kid do that? That is absolutely nauseating. Now, kid number 3, picking gummy bears with aisle number 7 at Walmart. She's being quiet, right? Still breathing, right? Excellent. Good parenting. Right? When you leave the hospital, they say to you, you gotta, hold on a second, let me take a step back. I am trained somewhat, as my boss is here, he'll tell you, somewhat trained. What I do is, I sell insurance, I've done investments, I had to take a lot of tests, right? I had to take the Series 7, the Series 6, I took the insurance, like, all these different things just so I could lose your money. I had a kid, and they said, you gotta watch this video. I said, what video? They said, the shaking baby video. Okay, how long is it? 15 minutes. Do I say my insurance? Do I watch the video? We watched the video, and we hit the kid home. And that's it. We got home, we got back to Queens, we're living in Queens at the time, 3 floors up, carried that kid up, put him on the table, looked at each other and said, now what? So he's sitting there in that car seat, he's all tight and he's comfy and he's sleeping. My wife says, we gotta take him out. Now there's one thing somebody told me beforehand, is that when a kid is quiet, you leave him there. As long as they're still breathing and they're being quiet, you don't touch him. But he looks uncomfortable, he looks kind of tight in there. I don't think we should touch him, I think we should leave him. We took him out, and 15 years later, he's still crying. And we still had 2 more. I don't know what I was thinking. So, folks, we got a great show for you tonight. We have some phenomenal comedians, some that are somewhat okay. First up, I'm going to bring up Larry DeFazio. You've seen him, folks, you've seen him everywhere. He's been outside your bedroom window, probably outside of a women's bathroom, God only knows. Larry's a great guy, local to the Hudson Valley. Larry DeFazio.
I'm not big enough. I'm too big for the chair and me up there. You gotta know your limitations, folks. How we doing tonight? Yeah, this is good shit. Look at this crowd. Holy shit, if you guys were any whiter, you'd shit chalk. Oh my God. What the fuck? Where are we? We're in Hopewell. It's the gateway to Wingdale, isn't it? Holy shit. This is good. Look at all of you people. I'm having fun. Yeah, no, this is a job. No, it's not. I love this shit. It's great being here. I didn't know we were in the Knights of Columbus Hall because I normally make fun of the Knights of Columbus Halls. I did a show in Jersey at the Knights of Columbus Hall, and I show up, and the Grand Exalted Poobah, or whatever he's called, with his furry hat and sword, comes up to me and he says, just so you know, no F word and no reference to oral sex. I looked at him, I said, anal's okay? What went wrong in that lodge if you can't talk about oral sex? I don't want to know. But I put the curtain up to cover the crucifix, and I still got Father Mulaney looking at me on the back wall. So right now, my asshole's a little puckered, just so you know. If I were to fart, it would sound like a dog whistle. I'm not even kidding. But the guys at the bar, they're probably too old to hear anyway, so it doesn't matter. They won't report back. Oh, he heard me. Oh, shit, I'm screwed. Sorry, Grandpa. No, but this is good, and I love doing shows like this. I live across the river by Newburgh. Yep, some of you fuckers are scared now, right? I got street cred. I'm from the Burgh, that's right. Newburgh, though, it's picturesque and beautiful, right? You go to the Hudson River, who's been there, right? Beautiful, looks like a postcard, the water. You go 3 blocks up, you pick up a rock of crack. 3 more, you pick up a hoe for a quick Hummer. 3 more, you stop at Pete's for 2 with everything. 3 more, you hit Torino's, you get 2 cannolis, and you call it a day, right? That's the Burgh in a nutshell. The town of Newburgh, that's home of the saddest mall in all the world. That mall has a library in it. It makes South Hills Mall look cheerful. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, but this is good. Those of you in the back that can't tell I'm fat, I like to get that out of the way right off the bat. I wasn't always this big. No, I was bigger. Pre-COVID, I lost 90 pounds. Yep. Now, it's normally just women that clap because guys are looking going, you're a lying fat bastard, you lost nothing. But I did. I lost, since COVID, a few found me, some brought friends, but not all 90 of them. And it was great. I went to a gym, I went to a CrossFit gym, because they didn't have CrossFat, so I went to CrossFit. And the best part was I had 2 trainers. One was a dude, and one was this incredibly hot female. She was half my age and a third my weight. Oh. If her ass could talk, it would sing. It would be like Adele. I'd hear, I ain't even kidding you. She was swell. I think we're over good here. You people suck. No. I'm only kidding. You guys are great. But when I go on the road, I start at the same convenience store, the same Stop and Rob every night. And there's Egyptian guys there. They're very nice. So I go in, and the one guy calls me the Star. He goes, "Oh, the Star is here. You have a show tonight?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Good luck." I'm like, No. You don't say that. What do you tell a performer? Break a leg. So I said, "Listen, Sanjeep, you don't say good luck. You say break a leg." He goes, "Oh, all right, Star." Next night I go and he says, "Oh, you have a show tonight?" I said, "I do." He goes, "Break legs." I go, "I'm not the mob. I'm a performer. It's one leg we break." But I love it. Yeah, this is good. I'm starting to sweat now because you're all looking at me. Right now I'm damp in places most of you don't even have. That's why I love my Gold Bomb powder. From the waist down, I'm looking like Casper the Friendly Ghost. When I sit, I go nice and slow, otherwise it looks like the fog is rolling in. Yeah, I'm married to the same woman 28 years. Yeah. If I killed her, I'd have been out 4 years ago with good behavior. A little more Larry history. I was a police officer for 22 years. Yeah. That's how I gauge the crowd, by the applause, whether we're doing warrant checks or not on the way out. You guys pass, no warrant checks, no facial recognition. This is good. And I'll let you know the truth, I was a fat cop. Yeah? I was the poster child for a run from the police. I'd grab up a perp, he'd be like, "I got this." Yeah. I was big though. My gun belt, most guys, they got their gun, extra bullets, handcuffs. Shit, I had a grappling hook, an Igloo cooler, a Jeep Liberty. I had a lot. I ordered a leather jacket. 2 days later, beef prices went down. I ain't even shitting. I was a big man. I still am. It is what it is. I try to do what I can to look thinner, Online now, there's no fat and saggy website, so I go to Muscle and Fitness, things I'll never be. And the stories there are crazy. There's one story. It says, if you're a dude, I'm going to jump right in, right? I'm jumping right in, folks, because I ain't scared. If you want your junk to look bigger, do some manscaping. Now, you're all looking at me horrified. One woman threw up in her mouth. I'm sorry. Do some manscaping. Well, I'll tell you the truth. I'm a grower, not a shower. So I set up half a dozen mirrors and some spotlights, and I went at it. Being very careful not to nick the man bag. Because if you cut that, it will bleed like a son of a bitch. That's like a facial cut. And if I cut it to the point that I drop a testy out in my hand, you might as well club me to death like a baby seal. Because I refuse to walk in the ER with my nut in my hand saying, "Houston, we have a problem here." I got done with cleanup. I looked in the mirror. It's a crock of shit. I look like a 3-year-old with a hairy chest and a beard. Last time I saw my dick, it was on a milk carton. I'm not even kidding. It's fucking crazy how it goes. My son says, "Dad, do you have an innie or an outie?" I go, "The only outie I got's in a parking lot. Are you shitting?" This belly button's so deep I could smuggle a kilo of coke and a litter of Chihuahua puppies across the border. I got out of the shower, I bent over, I nearly flooded the bathroom. Something fell out. I didn't know whether it was a washcloth or a lint ball. And my wife comes in and she says, "What the hell is that?" I said, "The cat did it." She said, "We don't have a cat." Yeah, but I don't get it. 28 years, when this shit's changed. Oh, it's crazy. Getting lucky in my house, that's finding an unopened pack of Oreos in the closet. Yeah, we're at the point where sex is, it's like a hostage standoff at this point. I can hear how it would be. We're at day 56 and there's no relief in sight. There was some talks this morning of a possible entry and a release, but they were thwarted by a migraine headache. I told her, "Sweetheart, you got one head. How many headaches could you get? Lie once in a while. Say it's a stomach ache. Say your leg fell off. Just make me feel good about me." I don't get it, but it changes so much. I worry. I go to the doctor constantly. I went to the doctor. He puts the cuff on. He's pumping. He goes, "It is very high." Shit. He said, "Do you eat a lot of salt?" I said, "You mean like Funyuns, Velveeta, Vienna sausage?" He said, "You had all of that today?" I said, "Shit, I had all that in the waiting room. Are you kidding me? I've been here like a month." He says, what, do you eat a lot? I said, hey, asshole, what do you think? I eat like a family of 4. Yeah, I eat a lot. And I love when smart people ask stupid questions. Right? Isn't it great? He's a doctor. A couple years ago, we bring our dog to the vet. That's like a doctor. She looks at my dog, female vet, male dog, checks his eyes, his ears, his nose, where his balls used to be. She checks everything. Then she puts on a rubber glove and she says, I'm going to give him a rectal exam. Do you think he'll bite? I said, I don't know. We don't stick our fingers in his ass at home. He's my dog. He may lick you. Shit, he may go home with you. I don't know what he's capable of. I'm sweating again. It's cool. I mow my own lawn. I sweat so bad I water while I mow. And my neighbors, I know they take bets on how many rows till I drop. They're like, oh, it's 90 degrees. You know, he's only got 4 rows until they get 911 ready. Yeah, but it's good. It's good. But my wife, like I said, it changes so much. Used to be all about me. My boys are 27 and 24. 24-year-old's in the back seat. I'm driving along, and he coughs. My wife says, you all right, honey? He goes, yeah. She says, you want water? No, I'm good. You want a cough drop? No, I'm good. You want some Vicks? No, I'm good. I'm going along, and I go, She says, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you sick? What? You better not get us sick, you son of a bitch. What? Open the window. Put your head out. I said, I'm not a German Shepherd. Get out of the car. I said, I'm driving. I used to get the Vicks, now I get the kicks. But it changes. I mowed the lawn, right? 100 degrees out. I'm beet red. Every part of me is wet. I'm dripping sweat. Sitting in the back, I got a bottle of water. I shake the last of the water out. You know when you're really hot and you're shaking the empty bottle, hoping for an extra drop? And I see her open the slider like a vision. She's got a bottle of water. When the heat from outside hits it, it's so cold it frosts up. She cracks the top open. She walks right by me and pours it in the dog's bowl. I said, what is that? She said, they need cold water. I said, what about me? Yeah, we got 2 dogs. My son's girlfriend moved in. She brought a German Shepherd with her. Oh my God. We have a short-haired dog. This German Shepherd. Who's got a long-haired dog? This son of a bitch sheds everywhere. The other day I dropped my fleshlight. I picked it up. It looked like I was banging something from the 70s. I'm not even kidding. And if you don't know what a fleshlight is, Google it. You'll pee a little on the way home. I did a show in Monticello. I went to Monticello. All right. I did a show there, and I said after the show, this really attractive woman, I go, she goes, oh my God, I had such a good time. I said, did you pee a little? She goes, no, I don't. I have a very strong pelvic floor. Okay. Good to know. And her boyfriend's like this steroid junkie, so he probably had a tiny weedie on him. But so she's like, yeah, I have a very strong pelvic floor. A lot of Kegel. I'm like, I don't know him. Who is he? So she goes, no, it's an exercise. So I'm like, really? So I go home and say, hey, honey, do you have a strong pelvic floor? She said, I must. You never fell into my basement. I don't know. I don't freaking know anymore. I don't. I try. I read a story the other day. Now, you guys here, there's a young table in here. The rest of you look pretty fucking old. But that's okay. No, I'm kidding. I was scared about this table, and these psychos are laughing more than anybody. Bring it on for the Polish contingent, yeah! Boston and Company, bring it! Okay, no, that's good. But the other laugher here left. I must have upset her. She had to pee. But I don't even know what I was talking about now. I got all confused. Where was I? Does anyone remember? No.
The dog.
The dog? No, I finished with the dog already. But thanks, it was a good try. We can go back, we can talk about the dog some more.
Give him a chance to Google fleshlight.
You can. Don't Google it now, though. There's a show going on. But things really, it's crazy how things change. We have so much show for you tonight. Are you guys ready to keep this show going?
Yeah.
I'll be back up here. Don't you worry. I will offend you a little bit more when I come back. But your next comedian, this guy works all over New York City, all over the country for that matter. He's working like 9 nights a week. Give it up for Mr. Rich Carucci. Let him hear it, folks. Come on. We're going to get a little thinner as the night goes on, the comics. That's how this works. But it's good, man. It's good. I like this place. They must have had a sale on chandeliers one night. I like the Death Star ball right there that's going to wipe out the table in the middle. I'm taking that blank check to the stripper bar. That's where I'm taking that.
Right there, that's awesome. It's good to be here. I've actually been here before. They got actually Knights of Columbus. Do you see those guys? They actually look like they went to school with Columbus. They're so old. Check out this guy. How you doing, sir? You look like a henchman from a Bond movie. Look at that guy. Should have a hat on that you throw at people. So the little Debs, this is fast pitch softball, right? Is Cliff here? Is the guy who started it all? He said, nobody knows who Cliff is. Okay, I'm the only one who read the website. Your kids, it could be a cult for all you know, all right? Your kids belong to it. How old are the kids that on the team? 11. All right, 11, there you go. Fast pitch softball. You guys, you need like some fucking Dominicans or some black people or something, you know what I mean? Like, there are no baseball teams of all white people. It just doesn't work out. Fast pitch softball. So you guys are gonna probably have adopted grandchildren. You know that, right? That's a lesbian joke if no one got that. People are tough, all right? People are tough. It's good to be here, though. Did everybody bet? You gotta get the trip to New Orleans. That's the good one. The trip to New Orleans, is that, you go to New Orleans and you live on oysters and beer. That's what you do there. I love that place. Does everybody have kids that play on the team? Is this, everybody does? You don't have to raise your hands. This isn't FEMA. I'm not gonna tell you. You know, you're not getting a check. But you're the people that should get it. The parents that go every day and drag these kids out and bring them to shit. You know what I mean? Let's hear it for the parents. The unsung heroes. I got kids. I've been throwing up in the baseball fields for years. I gotta do it on Saturdays. I'm a comic. I'm out all night. My kid actually did karate too. He did karate, and I went to one of his tournaments, and it was like torture. I was hungover. They had one song, "Eye of the Tiger." They played all fucking day. It's like, you bought one fucking song, dude. The whole day it was like brainwashing. I thought the Viet Cong were actually throwing. How you guys do? You guys in the Polish table up here? All right. No, I like Polacks. You guys have the best jokes. What position does who's got the daughter that plays? Nobody at the table, all right. That is kind of Polish. We can't anyway, we don't need, I'm a fucking kid. I thought this was a dog fundraiser. Holy shit, this is great. Oh, we're right up here. We're by Tawana Brawley area, right? Because nobody manipulates me and my fucking family, I'll tell you that right now. This is a bad area, right? Nice area. Up to 3. I stopped at a store and got a chocolate milk. It was $4.80. Can you believe that? I should go back to whiskey. That's what I should go back to. For that kind of money. But yeah, man, I like drinking. Everybody like drinking? We like drinking? We like drinking? I realized I had a drinking problem when I took my kids to the Meadowlands to Disney on Ice. And I suddenly realized we were the only ones tailgating in the parking lot. That is... I wish that was a joke. Every time I tell I swear to God I do. My kid was like, "Dad, put on your shirt, you're scaring the normal families." So, yeah. I don't know, man, I miss Trump. Does anybody miss Trump? Does anyone fucking miss Trump? Not even for political reasons, because I'm a felon, I can't vote anyway, but oh, yes, you can, if you vote Democrat. I got you, I miss Trump, man. I miss him for comedic entertainment. I do. I miss it. I tell you, I don't even watch TV anymore because it's all about fear and bullshit. I stopped watching TV back when Trump said he had corona. Remember that? I was like, get the hell out of here. It's like he jumped the shark, right? Then he beat it in 3 days with McDonald's and arrogance. Remember that? This guy's old. You don't have it no more? I saw the videos of the storming of the Capitol. We all saw the storming of the Capitol. That was a high school field trip without proper supervision at best. At best. There's a blue Viking. People are stealing stupid shit. I'm taking the podium. I don't care whose side you're on politically. How do you not break in there and not shit Nancy Pelosi's desk drawer? You shit in her desk drawer and you pray her dentures are in there.
I do miss Trump, though. He was hilarious. He was. If I ran out of things to talk about on stage, I would just read what he tweeted the night before. It was like, you're brilliant. I'm like, no, I just have internet. I've been doing comedy for 22 years. I'm not even half as funny as Trump. I'll tell you that right now. It's hilarious, hilarious. It's gonna build a wall, right? Everybody's gonna build a wall. We're gonna build a wall. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be fantastic. And I was like, a wall's never gonna work. It's ridiculous. It's never gonna work. You know what we need? One of those American Ninja obstacle courses. That's what we need. Because in this country, we want winners. That's right. You make us in an obstacle course, you're a citizen on the spot. You don't make us in, we catapult you back into Mexico. You get up, clean yourself off, and try that shit again. That's what you do. I don't know, man. Things are getting crazy. Cancel culture is everywhere, right? Cancel culture. They're trying to cancel Spotify. Anybody? Spotify, they're trying to cancel Joe Rogan, right? Neil Young said, I'll take my music off Spotify. Niels Lofgren, Joni Mitchell, all people, no one knows who the fuck they are, right? You gotta get somebody like Kanye West to say, you know what? I'm gonna take my stuff off Spotify, but not about Joe Rogan, just if Pete Davidson doesn't stop screwing his wife. That's right. Polish people laughed at that. They have no idea who he is. You do? You do? Of course you do. Everybody. That's how the news is. There's like fear, Pete Davidson. That's how it goes. But yeah, man, a lot of things happen. Cancer culture. Check this out. You can't say gypsy moth anymore. You can't say gypsy moth because the gypsies find that offensive. And I would think the word gypsy would be more offensive. You know what I mean? You can't say Asian carp anymore. You can't say Asian carp because the Asians get but you have to say invasive carp, which sounds like the Viet Cong, doesn't it? But nobody cares about the Italians. That's right. You can say guinea pig all fucking day. That's right. All day, nobody cares. And I want to welcome you tonight to the Andrew Cuomo fundraiser. The Cuomo-sexuals, where are they now, right? Where are they now? He pissed off all the Italians too. What did he say? He said, I'm not a molester, I'm just Italian. That's how we say hello. We all know that's bullshit. That's not Italian. That's Puerto Rican, is what that is. I've been to the parade. They should give him and Fredo a choice. If you don't jump off the bridge by Friday, we rename it. What do you think? Can't stand those fucking people. It's good to see people that pompous fall from grace. I don't know. And I don't know how the other ones live so long. Jesus Christ. Baby blood or whatever the fuck they're drinking. I don't know. Fast pitch softball, whatever they're into. Could be worse. Your kids could be bowlers. Just think how scary that would be. Polish people bowl? Your head kind of looks like a bowling ball. Did you think it? You look like a retired Mr. Clean, doesn't he? Yeah, Spick and Span took all the damn jobs. I'm retired. Is that your son next to you? No. Oh, I was gonna say, don't ever get another haircut as long as you live, because you definitely don't want to do that. No, I like it. You look good bald. When I'm bald, I look afflicted. I look like I escaped from a mental institution. Actually, my friends are like, dude, don't come out for like 3 days after you shave your head. So who are you? Are you?
He's not Polish.
He's not Polish?
He's
You're Irish?
Yeah, I married a Polish.
You're out. Well, she's way out of your league. So whatever you're doing, that's like a softball joke. But so you're Irish and she's Polish, but she's hot. We don't care, guys. We don't give a fuck. You could be from Venus. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? If you're good looking, we don't care, right? What do you do for a living?
I work for the city.
You work for the city? Means he's a cop and he doesn't want to fucking tell anybody. Bingo, bro, bingo. Nah, it's terrible, because that's what you gotta do. How you doing, sir? He's got all athletic shit on, hasn't played a sport in 40 years. It's like, it's the only shit that fits. You look like one of those dads that screams at the fucking game. Like, oh fuck, I'm hungover, this fucking asshole's here. Jesus. Runs out on the field to threaten the umpire, almost has a stroke because he hasn't run that far in years. I'll fucking die here. Don't tell me. You look like one of the players right there. How old are you, 12? Sitting over here? You're 17? We're all going to fucking jail. That's it. We're all going to jail. Oh my God. So you're not on the team, or you used to be on the team? Well, you aged out? What is this, China and gymnastics? What is this, Epstein Island? She's too old for us. Get her fuck out of here. Yeah, what happened is his pimp got found hanging today. Oh, he hung himself too, great. They're like Reese, these fucking people. You hang for the door. Is that your boyfriend next to you? Holy shit, you're going to jail for sure. How old are you? I like the beard and everything. You look like my balls when I was 12. Look at that fucking beard and shit. Holy mackerel. How old are you? 20? Oh, fuck. All right. I hope you guys win the trip to New Orleans together. The cops gonna have to arrest you for leaving the state with a minor. Do you work, kid? What do you do? You drive a truck? Is it Tonka? He's like, that's how we got here, actually. I got a big wheel for her and a Tonka for me. Holy shit. How'd you guys meet? Kindergarten? We napped next to each other. That's how we met. It was last week. I was like, hey, I woke up. I guess we're a team. All right, cool. All right. So, is the coach here for the team? Is the coach here? Who's the coach? That's the coach? Oh, sure. You look like every gym teacher I ever had in high school. You're like one cheeseburger away from a stroke. You kids run laps while I get a burger. Jesus Christ, you don't know how to play baseball. You gotta bend over for the, oh, Jesus Christ. How long you been coach for?
6 years.
6 years, that's torture, isn't it? Does your kid play?
That's my kid.
Oh, that's your kid right there? Woo, this is getting fucked up. Damn, I wish I didn't say half that shit now. Coach's kid, huh? Your dad kicked you off the team when you brought him home? I'll find another pitcher. So how come you still had to stay and coach? You don't go, I'm done now, fuck it. Like every other parent, when their kid graduates from something, you're like, I don't want nothing to do with this anymore, right? God, are you gonna keep coaching? You're just like, is that in the blood?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Let's hear it for him, man. Coaching. Listen, I'll tell you right now, it's not easy, because I can bet half of you are assholes, you know what I mean? At least this guy knows them all, you know what I mean? Like, oh God, not this fucking guy again, you know what I mean? It's not my fault your kid sucks. Fucking, there's a wiffle ball league or something for your kid. I could never play that fast pitch ball. That's actually real shit, you know what I mean? You see those college girls play that? That's like real stuff, man. I'm more of like a lob guy with a beer in my hand type. Somebody asked me yesterday if I want to go skiing. You want to go skiing at my age? Are you out of your mind? She's like, why not? You'll get a good adrenaline rush. If I want an adrenaline rush, I'll do a bump of coke in the bathroom, all right? If I'm falling, it's going to be against the sink and breaking my head open, all right? Not rolling down some mountain like a shaved Sasquatch. You were really romantic. Is that your wife next to you? I saw you kiss her before. Like, no, that's that guy's wife over there. How long you guys been married?
Me or the other guy's wife.
Whoever, I don't care. How long you been married?
6 years tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, no. 6 years, you still like each other. Show me somebody 20 or over. 20 years or over married. The people in the back that look like I just picked them to be executed. Yeah, that's the look. He was just like, fuck, that's me. She was like, yeah, that's him. He'll watch out. How'd you guys meet?
Through friends, mutual friends.
You meet through friends? All right, I like that when you're like, this guy's been living on my couch. It's not gonna be perfect for you. So, are you still friends with those people?
No.
I know. Of course not. Once they hooked you two up, they fucking moved. They're like, change the numbers. Let's get out of here. Do you have your kid play on the team?
We play on a different team.
Uh-oh, infiltrators. You're on the other white team? Well, the kids need somebody to play against. Go down to Newburgh and play a fucking team, all right? And you come back here and tell me if you're good. What's that?
We play on the Hispanic team.
On the Hispanic team? Is that the name of the team? The Hispanic team? They got one Puerto Rican kid. The South American team, the winning team, let's call it, all right? Let's call it what it is, the winning team, all right? Your headliner has kids who play baseball, and you'll see he's Latino, and his kids are good. You're looking at me like I'm speaking Chinese or something. How you doing? You doing well? What's your name?
Bernadette.
Bernadette, let's hear for Bernadette. That's a good name, that's a nice name. Nowadays with these fucking names, I don't know, right? I don't know. What, do you have a daughter that plays?
That's your son there.
That's your son there, the cop kid? All right, cool. I'm gonna leave you alone now. I could never be a cop. I could never be a cop, you know, because my extensive police record, but I would like to be a cop one day, just one day. I'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna go tidy up the evidence room. That's what I'm gonna be doing. And, you're right, that was cocaine. Holy shit. Wow, no, I'm not gonna need lunch today. Suddenly I'm not hungry. I'm gonna be running laps outside. Cop, that's any firemen here? Any firemen here? Any firemen? You know what you call a smart cop? A fireman. That's what you call him. Everybody loves the fireman, right? They love the fireman. His calendars, they call him. Cop comes, nobody knows shit, right? All of a sudden, nobody knows nothing. But you got dressed up to be here, sir. You got the jacket on. You're looking good. Are you the mayor of this town? The governor. You're the new governor? That's what they need, a new governor. Who's the chick now that's fucking confused and fucking still wearing masks? Can you believe that? I saw the Super Bowl, the Olympics. Come on. Can we all agree the masks are bullshit? Do we realize that? I'll tell you right now, I got corona. Not now, not this minute, but next guy touching the mic's gonna feel fucked up, but I did, I got corona. I had corona twice, and I'll tell you, I've had worse hangovers, I swear to God. Yesterday was the worst hangover, but I got corona through sex. I really did. I got it through sex. I was visiting this girl, we'll call her my ex-wife, for this story. I had to go over there for some tax reasons, right? I'm like, hey, while I'm here, you know, why don't, for old time's sake, why don't we, you know, go any other thing? I would, but I don't feel well. And me being the dude that I am, I said, I'm willing to risk it. You know, like, listen, I'm not as good looking as the cop. I gotta jump on these chances, all right? I'm like, I'm willing to risk it. So we did the deed. She calls me up a couple days later. She's like, oh, by the way, I got a case of corona. I'm like, shit, I'll be right there. I love that shit. She's like, no, you idiot. I got the sickness, corona. I go, oh shit, that means I got corona. She's like, yeah, you idiot, you have it. So I had to stay home for 15 days, right? I stayed home. My kids were terrified. They took off and moved out, right? No one would come over. I watched the movie channel. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Like, I would have got this shit months ago. Great. But I do have kids. My kids are actually out in the car right now. They're what you call outdoor kids. You bring them inside, they're no good for hunting no more. But if you have kids, you know kids are way overrated. You know that, right? I mean, they're cool for like a week, and then you're like, is somebody coming to get this thing? That shit to do. But kids are way overrated, and I'm pretty sure kids were put on this earth to kill us while we still have money to leave them. I think that's what the whole thing is. But right before the pandemic, my son's school called me on the phone, told me they think he has a learning disability. Not what I want to hear. They want him to take a test. The test cost $14,000. It isn't covered by my insurance. I'm like, $14,000? You must think we're both idiots, okay? Because I'll be honest, for that kind of money, I'll get a new kid. You know what I mean? Start this whole shit over again, you know? Feel my pain, my son's 18, and he's in the 10th grade. Feel my pain. If I mention anything, I'm the bad guy. He's like, Dad, why are you breaking my chops? There's people older than me in school. I said, they're called teachers, asshole. He's like, I like high school. Of course you do. You're older than the principal. You have your own parking space. And you're selling weed to everybody. That's right. I know he's selling weed to everybody because he sells it to me. That's right. Then he searches the house and steals it back. It's a vicious cycle, folks. But, you know, another single parent, I said, listen, son, high school's not for everybody. It's definitely not for you. But there's always options. There's options, right? I go, listen, there's options. A lot of good people can go to high school. I go, we'll do this together as a family. So I signed him up for his GED test, GED training, GED test, job training, job placement. I'm excited. He's like, all right, Dad, we'll do this together. First day, the phone rings. Mr. Critchie, your son didn't show today. Do you have any idea where he's at? I said, well, he better be dead. I'll tell you that right now. So I'm gonna kill him. He comes walking in an hour later. I said, what happened? We're gonna start a new life. He goes, I was gonna go. Then I figured I'd keep my options open. I know, I said, you have options? I gotta hear this. He goes, well, I'm thinking of joining the military. I said, bro, you couldn't get in ISIS right now, okay? It's gotta be some kind of test. But does have a happy end. He did finally get his GED, thank God. And yeah, he got a job at the liquor store across the street. So eventually we'll be spending more time together. And hopefully it'll make up for the Little League incidents. But I have a daughter too. I love her better because she lives far away. And women, they mature much quicker than boys. They do. My daughter moved out at 17, you know? Moved out at 17, hasn't been back since. There's nothing like a 17-year-old telling you, you know what, I think I could do better on my own. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Yeah, but I got my kids full-time 14 years ago when their mom passed away. I got the kids full-time. I didn't know what to do with these kids. I get them, you know, once in a while. So I brought them to my girlfriend's house. They were in the living room. We had the bedroom. And after a couple weeks, my girlfriend goes, hey, what are you going to do now? I said, what am I going to do now? I'm going to get us a bigger apartment. She said, no, what are you going to do now? And I said, oh, shit, it's like that? And she goes, it's like that. So I didn't know what to do with the kids. And the kids are crying the whole time like, we miss our stepdad. We love Mike. Our stuff's at Mike's. We want to go back and live with Mike. And I said, there is no way you're going to live with Mike. You're my responsibility. There's no way you're going to live with Mike unless I come with you. That's right. And I swear to God, that's what I did. I moved in with Mike. Mike can outdrink me. Mike cooks. Mike cleans. He listens to my problems. Now I know why she left me for Mike. I swear to God. I'm like, Mike, you are awesome. I'll tell you right now. And if you meet somebody, we are now a family unit. That's right. We are coming with you. That's how I did it. But I worked 26 years as a 911 operator. 26 years. Yeah. Hated every minute of it. Every minute. Every time that phone rings, it's like, I can't breathe. My leg's broken. The house is on fire. Not once does anyone ask how my fucking day's going. You know what I mean? Just me. Well, I'm on break. Just once. They hated me there. Got to the point where they said, you know, they said, we're going to get you out of here. And I was like, yeah, if you can get me out of here, I'll leave tomorrow. Well, don't ever give them that ultimatum. I'll tell you right now, the next day I was out of there and I realized I was 58 with no skills. It's like, holy shit, this is going to be rough, right? Had to go for job interviews. I'm good for like the first 2 interviews. The first interview, they loved me. Like, you were 26 years as a dispatcher? Wow, that's great. What an admirable accomplishment. The second interview, I'm already picking the days I'm gonna call in sick. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, I can't work Monday. I'm still hungover from Sundays. Third interview, they hand me that little cup and tell me to go piss in the bathroom. That's when I just mosey into the parking lot and drive home. Yeah, that was almost a good job. That's it. But I do have a new job, and I was actually late for work again today. My boss said, why were you late? I said, my car wouldn't start. He said, why not? I said, because I wasn't in it. Not even sure it's parked, and it's time to feed those kids. This is going to be terrible. What are you looking for, Mace? She's like, no, a funnier comic. It's okay. How long you guys been married? Polish girl and cop guy.
12 years.
12 years. Did you ever cuff her? He looks like one of those stripper cops, doesn't he? Like Larry pulls you over, you're like, let's go split a pizza. You know what I mean? He pulls you over, you're waiting for the music to play. He definitely had to put on the uniform a couple times. He looks good in it. Man. How long till you retire?
3 years.
Oh, God, get the fuck out. 3 years. Maybe. Get out in 3 years. God bless you. Let's hear it for, come on. 3 more years. And what do you do?
Marketing.
Marketing? All right, for what?
Hotels.
Hotels? Are you the one that got all the hotel things there? It's like, no, fuck these people. I'm not helping them. Screw them.
I made a basket.
You made a basket all by yourself? Oh, good. And a helmet. I like this guy. You look at Captain Kirk a little bit if he was, stopped giving a shit about himself. Captain Kirk got a good wig though, doesn't he? You see Captain Kirk's wig? That's a good wig, man. Wish I could have a wig like that. The 70-year-olds, they're explaining the jokes to her. Okay, great. It's my buddy, Mr. Will. Say hello, Mr. Will. Mr. Will, I love Mr. Will. He's an animal. All right. Is that your wife next to you, Captain Kirk? That's Lieutenant Uhuru? Nobody loves that show but me. My kid knows nothing. I was telling him one time about Captain Kirk. I go, I love Captain Kirk because the cereal guy? I go, you asshole, that's Captain Crunch. He's not even real, okay? Like Captain Kirk is, that's the joke. Wow, I'm having fun here. I'm sweating, like, looking at you guys. I feel like a hot dog at 7-Eleven. I couldn't get up on that stage. My knees would never hold me. I give Larry a lot of credit. That was like jazzercising when you fucking, I'm like, holy shit, there's no way I'm getting up on that thing. But, yeah, I got a brother, man. Love my brother. I was best man at his wedding last month. He married a trophy wife. Unfortunately, she was last place, but, he told us she was eye candy. I said, bro, she looks more like John Candy to me, but I am no breath of sunshine myself. My mother's 86 years old. Let's hear it for the old people, 86 years old. Let's hear it for all the old people Cuomo didn't fucking kill. 86 years old. I bring her on tour with me. When I go on tour with me, I bring her. She comes to all the hotels. Not yours, of course. It's too fancy. But comes to all the hotels with me. Bring her to the gym. Bring her to the bars. And my buddies were like, why would you bring your elderly mother with you? And I'm like, well, you got to get your drugs through the TSA some fucking way. You know what I mean? Remember, Mom, you packed your own bags. You packed your own bags. I know you look at me, you're like, wow, this guy's got it going on. You know, he's doing these big giant comedy shows with blank checks and shit. You know what I mean? No, look at this. Things are going so bad for me financially. My wife's threatening to move in. So, yeah, the Polish people know. Yeah, that's a bad thing. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I've been married 15 years. We don't live together. Because I have a rule at home. I want the best of you, not the rest of you, okay? I'm not kidding. It's my third marriage, as I call it. Casually married, right? Because when you're married for the third time, you don't expect shit. You know what I mean? She's starting to get mad though. She's like, I don't feel the love. I want to be chased. You want to be chased? Hop the fence at the White House. Somebody will chase you. Chase you, I'll have a stroke. Look at me. She said one of the most romantic things anyone's ever said to me. The other day, I needed a music sheet holder, and it was at her house, and she goes, I'll bring it to you. She goes, where do you live anyway? And I said, that's the most romantic thing anyone ever said to me, but I'll meet you at the Wawa, you crazy bitch. You're not coming to my house. Kidding. No, but we don't live together. Our marriage, though, is cool. We got married, a destination wedding. Destination. I think the destination's going to be divorce court, but yeah. Went to Antigua. Anybody been to Antigua? Anybody ever been to Antigua? See, that could have been one of the trips. Mr. Will's been to Antigua. Wow, they must have loved you there. They're very dark people. They are, huh? And you look like you stormed the Capitol. I just want you to know that. Like you were the front dude. This way! With the big rubber finger thing, like at the game. This fucking way. No, but I did. I got married in Antigua, and we just went for a destination wedding. It's me and her, and she's a lot younger than me. So we're on the beach. And we brought no one with us. Antigua people, very nice people, very good looking, very dark skinned. So it's me and her, surrounded by 5 Antiguan people. Behind us is the jungle. I'm crying, she's smiling. It looks like a hostage situation, folks. Love that picture. She was on her marriage, I was on spring break in my mind. It's my third marriage. She's like, why are you crying? You'll never do better than me. I said, I know how this shit ends. You know, like, okay. So just keep drinking. I'm like, I plan on it. I'm doing bad financially. That's what my friends tell me. My friends are not comedians, evidently. They go, do you invest in cryptocurrency? I'm like, cryptocurrency? Dude, I work for drink tickets. You know what I mean? Like, that is my cryptocurrency. That's what my wife used to tell me all the time. She's like, you've been doing comedy for 22 years. You come home drunk every night and you never have money. I'm like, well, they pay me in drink tickets. She's like, you have to take them? Now you don't want me to get paid? You know what I mean? Like, make up your fucking mind. It's true though, it's true. She's not happy. She's telling me I'm not happy. Anybody ever promise happiness? I said, I never fucking promised happy. You want happy? Go to Disney World. Everyone looks thrilled there. You know what I mean? It's the Magic Kingdom. Right? I'll never get married again, man. I'll never get married again. Matter of fact, I'm contemplating having my ring finger amputated. I am. Because that is a good reminder. You know what I mean? If we split up, I got to start dating. You ever try dating at 50? Right? My friend's like, join this meetup group. It looks like the beat-up group. Everybody's been through shit on this. You know what I mean? It looks like survivors of a natural disaster. I'd rather stay the fuck home and go on TikTok or some shit, right? You old people don't know what that is. Don't worry, when the Chinese take over, they'll show you what it's like. But yeah, I just can't take it because you can't come out to fancy stuff like this to meet people because the chicks are all taken and have kids. You know what I mean? You got to stay home and do it online because everybody can lie online. That's where you do. That's where you do your best lying. Online. Guys lie constantly online. You know what a guy lie is? This is a guy lie. To meet online. Like the cop's picture will be on the profile, I show up. You know what I mean? They're like, what the fuck happened to you? I'm like, Corona. Women lie. I love the women lie. This is the best lie women have. It doesn't matter what he looks like. I just want a guy with a good sense of humor. Bullshit. Bullshit. You want the good-looking cop. You want the young stud. You want the bodybuilder, right? If all women wanted was a guy with a sense of humor, clowns would be knee-deep in pussy, wouldn't they? You see the clown car pull up, 800 clowns get out. There's no chicks. Clowns are not surrounded by chicks. They're surrounded by fat kids with hamburgers. That's what they're surrounded by. And the sites kill me. The dating sites kill me, right? I don't know. I was on the oneplentyoffish.com, right? Because it's free. And the relationship lasts just as long as fish, 3 days. I'm on the catch and release part of that dating site, so I live to fish another day. They got this one now called Hinge. That's the new one, Hinge. And I don't know, do you guys ever hear of Hinge? No? You guys, every chick I meet is unhinged, so I don't know where that site is. But the absolute worst dating site out there, Craigslist. That's the worst dating site. It is, because they come, they don't realize it's a date, they show up with furniture, you know what I mean? Where do you want the couch? I don't know, where do you want to screw? By the window? Put it over there. No, I'm not helping you, you got it yourself. Not only that, I got the sleep apnea. Anybody got sleep apnea here? Anybody? I'm the only one with insurance in this whole place. Me and that guy. Yeah, do you have the get up? Do you sleep next to her?
When she lets me.
Yeah, does it, without the mask, he snores a lot, right? You can't take it. You know how you cure snoring? A hammer. That's how you cure snoring. He's like, shut the fuck up. No, it makes people angry. It does. I've been on the beach where I've snored and people have dumped like potato chips on me so I get attacked by seagulls. You know what I mean? It is the worst. I can't even take it. I gotta wear the sleep apnea. I hate that fucking thing. Can you imagine? I had to get the sleep apnea CPAP machine. They send the most beautiful chick that's ever been in my house to show me how to set this thing up. She's like, where do you sleep? I'm like, this way. I forgot why she was there for a minute, you know what I mean? Then she's like, all right, I'm gonna show you how to do this. You take this tube, you put it in there, you take that tube, I said, which tube do I put my dick in? So why would you want to put your dick in a tube? I said, well, if I gotta wear this thing, this is the last thing I'll be fucking. Take it right now. Oh no, I wouldn't even touch myself when I have the thing on, you know what I mean? That's form of birth control. So I'm trying to find a woman who has a sleep apnea machine so we can lay down next to each other, do like a Top Gun role play scenario. Goose, this is Maverick. Goose, this is Maverick. Maverick, this is Goose. I'm coming in for a landing. Coming in for a landing. Oh, I wish these were jokes too. This is my life. Believe me, I hanged myself, but the ceiling wouldn't hold me. Surprised it's holding these chandeliers. It's great. Like, how am I doing on time, buddy?
You're there.
I'm there? All right. Well, thank you, folks. God bless you. I'm gonna bring Larry back up.
All right, keep it going for Rich Carucci. I just did my aerobicize and got back up on here. All right, you guys are a filthy bunch. I love it. Yeah. I hear them talking about things. The world has gone to shit. I know you realize that. You can tell now. I had my little nephew the other day. I said to him, hey, buddy, sit Indian style. And my sister said, oh, you can't say that. That's not right. I said, what? She said, you can't say Indian style. It's not politically correct. I said, what do you say? She said, crisscross applesauce. I said, he'll be sucking dick by the time he's 14. You don't say that to a kid. Are you shitting me? What's gonna happen? He's gonna grow up and be with a girl, want a blowjob, and say, easy peasy on your kneesy? What are we raising, Dr. Seuss? I will not eat green eggs and ham, but I will hit you in the can. What is going on? We're screwed up. The world is shot. All this binary. When I was binary, that means she liked geometry. Binary. All this they, we. I've been fat my whole life. I've been a they forever. I'm just trying to get down to a we. Are you kidding? If I start wearing ladies' clothes, will I be a trans fat? I don't even know. I don't even freaking know where it's going anymore. No, it's crazy. My wife got a new job. It's good, she's out of the house. But she works at a speech and swallowing therapy office. Yeah, and I heard some of the guys chuckling because you can't say the word swallow to us without us laughing. You can't say deep, moisture, wet either. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's cool because I pranked her at work. She said, speech and swallowing therapy? I said, hello? I just ate 3 devil dogs and I don't have any milk and I can't swallow. She said, excuse me, sir? I just ate 3 devil dogs and I don't have any milk and I can't swallow. And she said, is that you asshole? I said, yeah, it is. She said, you almost had me when you said you only ate 3. But that's true shit with devil dogs. They'll suck every bit of water out of your mouth. The next time the mighty Hudson's gonna overflow its banks, or the Hopewell River, or whatever you have, screw the sandbags, get devil dogs. And make a wall. You put down a devil dog, lick the cream. You just keep going until you get a wall. You could have a tsunami, it's not gonna go through that son of a bitch. And I'm gonna share my recipe for devil dogs with you because I like you people. Get a whole box and shove them in a tall glass. Not like one of those shit paper cups worth of drinks they're giving you here. A tall glass. What are those, shot glasses? I said shot glass of soda. I drank one by accident before. But jam a whole box into a tall glass. Use like a rolling pin or a plunger and stir it around. It becomes what I call trailer pudding. Because if I lived in a trailer, I think that's what I'd eat. But I'm too fat for a trailer because my wife would be, go to the middle, we're leaning. Go to the middle, we're leaning. And I know this because we had a camper, and my camper is where soap on a rope was invented. That bathroom was so small, I would soap up the walls and spin around just to take a shower. Because if I dropped it, they had to call the fire department with the jaws of life to cut my fat ass out. All right, before we get this headliner up here, I'm going to leave you guys with one final disturbing thought. I told you 28 years I try to spice things up at home however I can. I tried. So I go to the big men's store where I buy all my shirts. Yeah, my shirt's got more X's than a bottle of poison or a good movie. I'm not even kidding. And I see this rack of Speedo underwear. Oh, yeah. My nipples are hard talking about it. I ain't even kidding. And I see this bright red satin Speedo. It's glistening like Dorothy's ruby red slippers. And I bring that boy home and I do cleanup procedures, being careful. I splash on a little Obsession for Men, because that's my smell. And I strike a pose in the bed. I got my leg cocked up. Ooh, the overweight lover's in the house. I'm looking super fresh. I'm like, honey, come here. And she said one of those sexy wife things. What? I'm like, come here. She says, what? Because if I'm calling her in the bedroom, it's one of a couple things and none are good for her. Either I broke something, I shit in the bed, or I want something. And Daddy got a lot of wants. The other day I said to her, honey, why don't we try doggy style? She said, we do that all the time. I said, no, we don't. She says, yeah, you beg and pant. And I tell you, no, get away. I said, no, I'm thinking of something different, honey. I said to her, let's try 69. She said, I can't reach with that in the way. I said, it's okay, I'll hold your feet up. You get me, I'll get you later. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I held her a while. She kicked me in the head. I blacked out and finished. I gave her credit for it. I don't even know what the hell went on at that point. So she makes her way down the hallway and I'm laying there looking fresh. And I said, honey, what do you think? She says, about what? I said, the red Speedo. She said, oh, I thought you had a rash. All right, folks, your headliner tonight. He's been toured all over the country. You've seen him everywhere. He was on commercial for the Unmovers. Give it up for Mark DeMeo, folks. Keep it going, get it going, get it going.
more time for Larry, huh? And how about a hand for Rich Grucci? What's up, folks? How you doing? You all right? You look good, man. It's a nice looking crowd. So thanks for having me. My name is Mark DeMeo. What can I tell you, man? Thank God Valentine's Day is over, right? Can we get a break, right, fellas? Seriously, man. This whole pandemic's been tough, man. Dating during this pandemic, this last girl I was with, nuts. Completely insane. Every day, I want to meet your family because we're on lockdown. When am I going to meet your family? I'm excited to meet your family. I told her 1,000 times, hey, my family's crazy, okay? Listen to me. They hate all my girlfriends. But she kept insisting and nagging, and now we're out. So the other night, Valentine's, I had a couple of me. So just for a goof, I bring over the house. I'm like, don't forget you asked for this, honey. This is my family. That's my wife. Those are my kids. Pretty sure there's one hiding back there. You happy now, huh? Now that you messed everything up here? Get out of here, you homewrecker. I'm kidding, man. I don't cheat on my wife a lot anymore. She divorced me. Don't cheat, fellas. It's not worth it. Trust me, man. I'm divorced, man. Especially around the holidays, man. Those 3 days. You got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, you got New Year's, even Valentine's Day. When you're divorced, let me tell you something, man. Breaks your heart. Those 3-4 days. The other 361 days a year, though. Woo! Man, not bad at all. Yeah! I would never get married again. I hate saying that because I'm a romantic, you'll see. I would never get married again. I get engaged, though, a lot. Fellas, listen to me. The best sex you're ever going to get in your life is right after you get engaged, okay? It's something about the ring. It makes the girls nuts. From the day that you give them the ring until the day that you say, I do, you can do whatever you want to him sexually. It's like he's a different person. That quiet, shy, timid, reserved, hold a little bit back girl, you put a ring on it, she's like, wow! Oh my God! Oh my God, I would never get married again. I would just get a dozen rings. Cuban zirconians. Just give them out to whoever wants them. Fellas, let me tell you something. You give a girl an engaged ring, you change her whole life, man. I used to be a waiter. I've seen it 1,000 times. You give a girl an engaged ring, it's a big deal, man. They get to show off to their friends. They don't call up their girlfriends one by one and announce their engagement. There's no like group text or mass email that goes out. No, you give a girl an engagement ring, man. Trust me, I was a waiter. I've seen this 1,000 times. She takes all her girlfriends out for dinner. And at the end of the night, she's gonna surprise her girlfriends with the ring. But she waits until the last girl's almost out the door, and she's like, before you girls go, I got a surprise! And then all the girlfriends come back, they're like, what? And then she surprises them with the ring, she's like, I'm getting married! And then the girlfriends go nuts. Because they're so happy for their friend. They're like, oh my God. They hug their friend, they kiss their friend. And it's a real beautiful thing to see, man, when the girls announce their engagement. That's all I wanted to say, jeez. Oh, and this part too, I almost forgot this part. You ever see when a guy announces his engagement? Yeah, that's the saddest thing you'll ever see in your life. I've seen that 1,000 times too. It always goes down like this. You're out drinking with your friends. On this particular night, you chose to get extra drunk. The type of drunk your best friends are gonna leave you behind drunk. And right before the last man's out the door, you're like, wait! before you guys go, man, I got some bad news. And all your friends come back, they're like, dude, bro, what's the matter with you, man? You've been bugging out the whole night. I fucked up, man. And all your friends like, what are you talking about, bro? What do you mean? I'm getting married, there's nothing I can do. And your friend's like, what? You can't get married, bro. You just gave us deposit for Cancun, you freaking idiot. I know I messed up. But they're your boys, okay? And I guess at some point they feel bad for you, so they line up, like at a funeral. And one by one they step up and they give you a pound. They're like, dude, bro, yo, man, stop crying, bro. Yo, it's gonna be okay. Yo, it's gonna be okay, man. I'm here to tell you, man, it's not gonna be okay. Nah, it's gonna suck, man. I was married for 26 years. I had 7 dudes at my wedding party, my 7 best friends. I haven't seen those guys in 26 years. Because those are the guys I used to have fun with. And a woman's job is to separate a man from fun. Wherever they see fun, they gotta seek it out and destroy it. That's all right, because this is how you pay us back. This is how I used to get sex in my house at the end. I used to hover around once a month. I don't know why, I just felt like it was a day she was gonna be nice to me. And at some point, I guess she could feel me breathing on the back of her neck. So she used to say something really sexy and romantic like, all right, let's just get this over with. The last couple of times she used to go, make it quick. That's what she said, make it quick, she used to say. Make it quick, I haven't had sex in a month. How long do you think I'm gonna last? I was breaking records, fellas. The last couple of times I was done on impact. Technically, it's almost impossible. Yeah, but let me tell you something, man. It's no bargain. I'm 54 years old, and now I'm single again. What are you doing? Where am I going to meet a nice girl, Mom? What's your name? Huh? I'm sorry. I didn't. Can you say a little louder? What's your? Hi, Joanna. Thank you. It's not like the old days, man. 54. Where do you even go? Bars and clubs. I can't do the bars and clubs thing. I don't want to do it. Not that I still couldn't pick up chicks. I just want you to know. If I had to be honest with you, I'll tell you right now, you're looking at a master. Back in the day, oh man, any bar or club you put me in, I always left with a girl. I have a strategy that never fails. I'm not that picky. Pretty much it. I love women, period. You're my Achilles, I just told you that. There's more to women than looks, fellas, okay? There's personality, some charm, sex appeal, man. You meet a girl like that with low self-esteem, you're on a roll. Pretty girls are a pain in the ass anyway. Pretty girls are a pain in the ass. You can't leave them nowhere. It's like having a nice car. You know somebody's gonna fuck with it. You ever out having a drink, right? With your girl during the middle of the week, maybe you go out to a bar somewhere, and God forbid you gotta take a piss. It's like a 10-minute discussion with her. Stay here, don't talk to anybody. Bar's getting kind of crowded. You know how guys are, they're backstabbers. As soon as you take off for a second, they're all gonna try to talk to her, get with her. The girls I'm dating right now, I can leave by any bar. 4 or 5, that was 4 hours the other night, this poor thing. 3 shows, man. Nobody tried to talk to her. Nobody wanted to get with her. Not even me. It's all mine, damn it. I'm not proud of it. It was an addiction, man. Whenever I went out, I had to leave with a girl, man. And let me tell you something. Some nights were great, man. And other nights, you know, listen, Babe Ruth didn't hit a home run every time up. You know what I'm saying? But it was like an addiction. I was relentless. I wouldn't give up. I'm like, I would wait it out. You ever in a club, you realize, all right, tonight might not be my night, but you don't go home, right? What do? You wait it out. You wait. You wait for the DJ. When the DJ goes, last call. You ever in a club when the DJ goes last call? It's like a scavenger hunt. 2-minute drill. Every man for himself. You're running around looking for that diamond in the rough. The one girl nobody's even thought of leaving with. She's pretty, but there's something wrong with her. Pretty face, she got like a limp or something. Her friend's got big titties and a twitch. There's a whole crew of them. One's got like a lazy eye. Sweetheart, I'm over here. No, come on, grab your purse. Let's get out of here. I went on Tinder. I did that for a minute. I did all right. Once I broke the code, I was 4 for 6, man. That's not bad at all. It's a 655 batting average. No, it is, man. And one of them I didn't really want. 4 for 6 is not bad. And because I broke the code, I figured out. Because if you look at these dating sites, every girl wants, they all write the same thing. I enjoy fine dining and I love to travel. Every girl. I enjoy fine dining and I love to travel. I'm like, sweetheart, hey, it's a Tinder date. Finish your coffee, figure out whether you want to do me, and let's get out of here. I enjoy fine dining and I love to travel. You know what profile reads? I'm looking for a nice girl with food allergies and a fear of flying. No, the girls think it's funny, man. They like it. And then they realize it's real. I'll tell you something else about myself. I was a New York City police officer for 20 years. I retired, like, I don't know, it's gonna be 10 years now. Thanks. I appreciate that, man. That's very nice of you. Nonetheless, before I start my shows, I always like to look around, see if I recognize anybody. I look like a cop, right? No. But from the 80s. Chips, right? Eric Estrada, Poncherello, Miami Vice. Like I could have been on TJ Hooker, right? Stop, police, don't move. Yeah, man, I always wanted to be a cop ever since I was a little kid. I wanted to fight crime and lock up bad guys. You believe me, don't you? Now I got like a 700 on my, combined on my SAT. And if you're not from America, the SAT happens to be one of our college entrance exams. And the 700, although it might sound really like a high test score to get, it turns out it's not. They give you 600 points just for signing your name right. I didn't know that. I was like, I got a 700? Mom, going to Harvard. Then I spent 5 years in a 2-year college that I didn't graduate from. So naturally, I was a perfect candidate for the NYPD.
He's not lying.
You on the job too? Where do you work? Oh, really good, man. God bless you. You gotta have you on my podcast.
My dad was.
Your dad was on my podcast?
Eddie Harvey.
Oh, really? That's your dad? Oh, he's a great guy, man. Oh, I love him.
You don't have to lie.
No, I'm serious, man. He's a champ, man. He's one of the best. Best. Hey, Rich. Hey, well, hold on a second. Hey, Rich! Remember me? Look at this guy. I asked him, hey, do me a favor. I asked him before. I said, do me a favor. Can you get me one before? And just bring it up to, and look at him. He's sitting in the back, bullshitting for 10 minutes right now. I'm parched. Yeah, your dad's a great guy, man. Where, ESU where? In the city?
In the city.
All right, man.
I was
God
having
bless
my
you.
favorite
Thank
drink,
you.
a free one.
What's your name?
Max.
One more time for Matt, huh? And Rich, bring me the drink. Man, you gotta be freaking careful, man, right now, man. Holy shit, it's fucking crazy, man. I'll tell you what, man. Whenever you get on the job, they always tell you, oh, I can't believe you came on the job now. Like in '92 when I came on the job, everybody's like, really? You took the job now? It sucks, man, you know, but you guys are about, man, it's fucking crazy. I was a detective for 13 years. I worked in a lot of cool places. The coolest place I ever worked was the warrant squad. Anybody in here ever have a warrant for their arrest? It's not fun for you, it's hella fun for us. You get to hunt humans, man. You'll never hunt a deer again. Now here's the problem, okay? The obstacle, what you have to overcome. Getting into apartments in the projects. Because people that live in the projects never answer their door. And they especially don't answer their door for cops because they're smart. They know the way cops knock on the door. Why does every single cop knock on the door the same exact way, no matter where you're from, right or wrong? Every single cop knocks on the door the same exact way. Let me see if this works. And then what do they do next, just in case you're a complete moron? They go, police! And you're on the other side of the door, you're like, really? You had me at the knock. Who else knocks on the door like that? Does anybody in your family come over and knock on the door like that? Right? Your friends? Not unless they thought you was dead, right? I don't care if you've never done anything wrong in your whole life, you're not answering the door for that. I used to look at the guys I worked with, I'm like, why are you knocking on the door like that, man? And they used to go, you do it. I got into every single apartment I ever tried to get into. I grew up in New York City. I knew how to knock on the door. This is the way I used to knock on the door to get into apartments in the projects. Come on, man, that's Sucker MCs. Remember that? Sucker MCs, if you did not like it, without this time, you shall return. It always worked, it never not worked. It actually got annoying knowing how to do that. Once the other detectives that I worked with found out that I could get into apartments by knocking on the door like that, every morning they would raise me over the air so I could go knock on their doors. Every morning. Central is his team B. You think he sent the mayor over here with the ghetto knock? That's what the other detectives called it, the ghetto knock. I didn't like doing it either, by the way. I always felt bad for the dude on the other side of the door. Because I know a lot of beats. No, I do. I was the third string center on my high school basketball team. Everybody used to rap. I used to do the beats. I know a lot of beats, man. Trust me. I'll get you to the door. I could always see the dude dancing to get to the door in my head. Like doing a wake and bake, like... Boom, bah, 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 bah. Yo, what's up, son? Oh. Yo, it's the detective with the ghetto knock, yo, flush the toilet. Because that's what they used to call me. The detective with the ghetto knock. That's where I worked most of my career, the ghetto. I seen a lot of stuff, man. I see a lot of people who are ghetto and they don't even know they're ghetto. You might be ghetto and not even know it. So we're gonna take a test. We should make it a drinking game. Every time I get you, you gotta take a swig, okay? Here we go. If you get more than a couple of these, you're ghetto, and you didn't even know it. If you are older than your uncle, come on, drink up. Hey, out of the lot here, let's be honest. Yeah, I hate to break the news to you, okay? You're not supposed to be older than your uncle. Something went horribly wrong in your family. I know you love your uncle, but you're 10 years older than your uncle, and it's weird, right? You want to take your uncle out for a walk during the pandemic, right? You bump into your nosy neighbor, like, who's that, your son? You're like, nah, man, it's my Uncle Tommy. Say hi, Tommy. If you've ever started a story with what had happened was, you know how stupid those 3 little letters make you sound when you put them in the wrong part of a sentence? What had happened was. You know what it's like to take a police report and you actually have to document that? Ma'am, did you see what happened? I saw what happened. Can you tell me what happened? What had happened was. You're like, this freaking case is going nowhere. It's my main witness of what had happened was. If you've ever returned anything at the Dollar Tree, you know who you are. There's always somebody in there with receipts. Really? You got receipts? It costs $1. Let it go, man. Just trying to get some used batteries. If your church has a rolled down gate, it says Iglesia on top. The ATM in your neighborhood gives out singles. If you know what a Lucy is, if you know what dollar straight, dollar box means, it's a betting thing. You ever get caught behind one of these people? You're trying to get a cup of coffee. He's betting every number he's ever heard of in his life combination. My father was big into the numbers. When he passed away, he left me a stack like this. A stack of freaking lotto tickets for me to go. And I went, I waited. And every once in a while I hear blink, blink. And everybody who was behind me, they were like encouraging me. At the end of that stack, it was like, they were like pumping me up. Wow, that's good. It came out to $18.67. And then the guys got like pissed. I'm like, you're pissed? That's my inheritance. So he left me. I don't even know where I was. Oh, back to the list. What else we got? If you've ever sold a pit bull. If anybody in your family sells Mary Kay products. Or Avon or Herbalife. Nobody wants that shit, by the way. If you know which bus goes to Rikers Island. If you've ever gone swimming in anything other than a bathing suit, you know who you are. So was somebody at the beach in their underwear. You're like, how did you plan for today? The guy, right? You ever see that guy in his tighty whities that ain't so tighty no more? He's got a girlfriend, right? She's got a bra on. I'm not talking about like a cute Victoria's Secret could possibly pass for a bikini bra. No, I'm talking about one of those grandma triple D. Those cream-colored torpedo bras. She got cut-off jeans on and clear jelly shoes. Running in and out of water with all her kids, having more fun than anybody else. Yeah, I became a detective because I wanted to investigate homicides. That was my goal, man. I wanted to be a homicide detective. Because I'm a big fan of the crime dramas. Anybody else? CSI, First 48, Criminal Minds, ID Channel, Dateline. You ever get caught up watching Dateline and realize you're going to be 40 minutes late to wherever you need to be? Because you can't leave in the middle of Dateline, right? You got to figure out, did this guy really push his wife off the cliff or not? There's always some guy pushing his wife off the cliff on Dateline. Ladies, let me tell you something, okay? If you're in a rocky relationship, and out of nowhere, your significant other asks you to go hiking. And the two of you have never been hiking together. You don't have to be a detective, man. Don't go hiking. trying to kill you. Somebody said Law and Order. That was my favorite show, Law and Order. I watched Law and Order every single day at work for like 5 years. That's how I learned how to be a detective. I watched so much Law and Order, I still remember the voiceover. In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate, equally important groups. The police who investigate crime, and district attorneys, prosecute offenders, and these are their stories. Ba-bung, bung! Still sends chills up my spine, man. So all I ever wanted to do was investigate homicides. I busted my ass to get that gold shield. Then they put me to work in Harlem. I worked in the detective squad in Harlem for 5 years. Do you know how many homicides I had a chance to investigate in those 5 years? 0, not a 1. I had the worst luck ever. I just happened to be a detective during the biggest drop in homicide history. You don't believe me? Look it up. You know, under Mayor Giuliani and Mayor Bloomberg, we went from 2,000 homicides a year to less than 300. Yeah, good for you, not for me. I'm telling you, man, I had the worst luck ever, man. I caught some shootings, investigated some cases where people got shot, a couple of stabbings. But these people would never die, man. I got a kid who got shot 8 times once and lived. You know how annoying that is? When all you want to do is investigate homicides? Yo, you should have seen the crime scene. It was a mess. There was like blood spatter all over the walls. There's shell casings were in the... Yo, I was so sure this kid was DOA. I called home from the crime scene. Don't ever do that, man. That was a big mistake. The thing was, I just knew how excited everybody at home would be for me. You know what I'm saying? You ever have a good day at work, you know what I'm saying, or school, whatever you're doing, and he wanted to brag? So I'm like, honey, I'm not gonna make it home tonight. No, I'm not going now. What do you gotta start all the time? No, forget it, I'm not even gonna tell you now. I caught a homicide. Yeah, everybody in my house is going nuts. Daddy caught a homicide, Daddy caught a homicide. I fly to the hospital, lights and sirens, just to get my victim's last statement. And the surgeon who worked on him, he's hanging out outside the treehouse like this with a cigarette. Real cool, too cool. You know something's wrong. Detective, 8 times? Relax, he's gonna make it. I was like, what? He's like, I patched him up. I'm like, yo, you patched up my homicide? I wanted to kill this dude, man. And sure enough, I go talk to the kid. He's sitting up, he's having jello, laughing with his family, like there's nothing wrong with him. He's got nothing for me either. You can always tell when they're gonna talk. I knew this kid had nothing to say, but you still gotta give him the spiel, so I gave him the spiel. Hey, pal, man, listen, I'm really sorry this happened to you. I really want to catch the person that did this to you, so what do you think? Can you describe the person that shot you? I heard a million things, man, as a detective. I never heard anything like this. That kid looks me right in the eye. He goes, yo, Mr. Detective. He called me Mr. Detective. He said, yo, I heard the ping, felt the sting, but it ain't no thing. That's beautiful, folks. That's poetry, man. It's a conservation of words. That kid said everything he wanted to say in those 3 sentences. It's a haiku. I learned it from my SAT. You get it, man, what he's trying to tell me? I heard the ping. That's the sound the gun makes when it's fired. Bing! I felt the sting, the bullets entering my flesh. But it ain't no thing. What he's trying to tell me, folks, is I'm going to take care of this myself. Which I'm 100% fine with, by the way. I love street justice, man. Clears the calendar. But unfortunately, there's no box in the police report where you can close the case out that says victim states it ain't no thing. So you're stuck with that bag of shit for 6 months. The main witness won't talk to you. Here's my point, okay? It turns out that real detective work is nothing like what we see on TV, okay? All the TV shows we watch, they all focus on high-profile cases. the average detective never gets a chance to investigate a high-profile case. Most of the cases you wind up investigating are bullshit, man. They're like stupid neighborhood nonsense. Like this. It's really happened, okay? Every single word of this is true. Somebody robs the laundromat that's right around the corner from the police precinct that I work in. When I tell you that the laundromat that got robbed is right around the corner from the precinct, what I'm trying to express to you geographically is that this laundromat was so close to the police precinct. Me and my partner, we couldn't take the police car there. You know how stupid it is walking to an investigation? Think about it. Have you ever seen that on any TV show ever? Movie, never. You know why? Because it's stupid. It's 95 degrees, you got a cheap suit on, you're carrying your case folders, you look like Jehovah's Witnesses. And the whole walk over, I'm like, who the hell would rob the laundromat? Like right around the corner from the precinct. I'll tell you who. The guy that lives right upstairs from the laundromat. Go figure, folks, not a mastermind. The reason why I know this for a fact is because I interviewed the little Spanish lady that owns the laundromat. And I'm half Dominican, so I spoke to her in Spanish, so we're crystal clear. Señora, el tipo que te robó con el cuchillo, the guy who put the knife to your throat. Si tú lo ves otra vez, ¿te acuerdas la cara de él? Él vive ahí mismo. Satanás vive ahí mismo. If you don't speak Spanish, that means Satan lives right upstairs. So now I gotta go knock on Satan's door knowing good and well he's never gonna be there. Because who robbed the laundromat right downstairs from where they live and then run right back upstairs to where they live, right? I'll tell you who. The guy I'm looking for, that's who. I want to investigate homicides, man. I wanted to collect DNA. I wanted to dust for prints. I wanted to chase down leads, follow clues. The biggest clue was the guy had quarters falling out of his pocket. It was like a slot machine. Ding, 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 ding. I was like, my friend, do me a favor, forget the quarters. Stand up for a second. You always ask them point blank, but they never tell you they did it, right? There's gonna be an interrogation. There's gonna be some tussle. Not this fucking guy. I was like, hey man, did you just rob the laundromat downstairs? He's like, yeah man, I fucked up. Like I never had anybody confess to me on the I didn't even know what to do. I had my partner, I'm like, yo, did he just confess? My partner's like, I think so. So I called his bluff. I was like, you know I'm gonna have to arrest you now. He's like, yeah man, I know. And then he had the nerve to turn around and put his hands behind his back. So then I cuffed him and made my partner, we walked him back around the corner to the precinct. Doesn't sound all that exciting, right? You know why? Because it's not. And guess what? That case will never, ever, ever be on Law and Order. Because from start to finish, that case took me, I don't know, like 8 minutes to solve. And 5 it was the walk. Which he got annoyed with, by the way. At some point, he broke away. He's like, yo, you detectives ain't got no car? Because he was rear cuffed, and that's his blood, that's his pee. So he was embarrassed. It's like, we got 3 cars, pal. That's one of them right there, but we couldn't take him here because you robbed the laundry, man. Right around the corner. Everybody's like, what are you doing with yourself now? I tell everybody the same thing. I started smoking pot again. Oh, man. I love pot, man. It makes me such a nicer person. I couldn't smoke when I was on the job. You get drug tested. Do they still do that?
Oh yeah.
They shave your hair, man. It's not even the pee-pee test. It's invasive, man. When you go to get your freaking drug test, you never know where they're gonna get the hair from. It's like a proctor. It's up to them. And let me tell you something. I'm not proud of this by any stretch of the imagination, but at some point in my adult life, I've shaved my chest, my arms, and my legs for one reason or another. But there's one spot on my body. I have every hair that I came on this earth with. And if you're a real man, you should have every hair that you came on this earth with. And there's one spot. Where is it, pal? The taint, right here. Where your butt begins and your balls end, right there. Fellas, you can shave this all day. You want to go completely bald, you want to put razor stripes, go for yours. But ladies, if your man has razor stubble back here, he's a freak. No guy in his right mind is going back there with a dull razor. There are major arteries back there. What do you want to do, bleed out in your house by yourself with a clean taint? The hair back there should be soft, it should be fine, it should be curly. It should always look sweaty. If you took the DNA off that hair, woo, man, the story's gonna tell. I grew up in Astoria, Queens, man, and you know about Astoria? You grew up there too?
I just like Greek food.
Yeah, me too. I like Greek food so much, I married a Greek girl for 26 years. But remind me, I want to close out with the coaching thing, because I know you're all coaches here. But what was I telling? What the fuck was I Greek wife. What?
Greek wife.
Oh, Astoria, yeah. I don't know about up here. It's nice though. You look like good people. When I was growing up, man, it wasn't a bad neighborhood, but it was for some reason we made it really hard on ourselves. You ever do this thing when you were a teenager? Like, for example, when I was a teenager, this is where I grew up. We used to play this game called, you ever play this game called, what the fuck are you looking at? Yo, I'll straighten out your face right now. Yeah, come over here. Yeah, you better get out of here. You ever hanging out in the corner getting fucked up all night and giving somebody 2 different directives at the same time? Come over here. Yeah, you better get out of here. I live in the Bronx now. You don't do that in the Bronx. No way. Everybody's really nice to each other in the Bronx until somebody gets shot. Yo, when I first moved to the Bronx after my divorce, I saw the scariest show I ever saw on TV. It's called Bronx 12 News. It's the default channel on your cable, man. 58 minutes of homicides, 2 minutes of sports. And sometimes they don't get to the sports. Even the weather's shady. He's like, hey Bob, how's it looking out there? Well, Dick, it's muggy with a chance of murder. The only good thing about living in the Bronx is that we have the most thoroughfares. You don't have to spend a lot of time driving through the streets. You can just jump on a highway. And they're all great, except for something we call the Cross Bronx Expressway. The Cross Bronx Expressway. The fact that they call it an expressway is the joke. They should call it the Crawlway. Because you'll never, ever, ever drive more than 30 miles per hour on the Cross Bronx Express. I did it once at 4:06 a.m. Traffic moves so slow on the Cross Bronx Expressway that people sell stuff on the highway. I'm not talking about selling stuff on the side of the highway. We've all seen those people. They got the water, the peeled oranges, the canepas. Now they have sandwiches and sleeves. I'm not talking about that. That's nothing. I'm talking about these people that are right next to you in your lane, trying to sell you stuff. Yo, I got Beats headphones, son, $50. No, for real, they're good. Are you going backwards? I got my booster shot right there on the Cross Bronx Express. The reason why I mentioned Valentine's Day, the whole thing is freaking annoying, man. You go to Hallmark, you're in there for 3 hours. There's not one car for the Gumad. There's nothing in there. Dear honey baby, you're the second best thing that's ever happened to me. You're the only other girl in my life right now. How hard could it be to write a poem for this poor girl I'm banging all year? Roses are red, violets are blue. Whenever I'm fucking my wife, I'm thinking of you. It's an old one. I shouldn't have said it. I don't even like it. I don't like it anymore. But here's a real one. I was looking at this meme, and it's a really attractive girl, and then it says that it's for the fellas. If you're an early finisher, it's okay. Just pleasure her until you're ready to go again. And I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna hold this vibrator right here for 2 days now. Is that what we're doing? Well, that's my turnaround time right now. That's a good week too. I used to coach, my kids are grown now, but that was my favorite time ever, was coaching, man. And I used to coach baseball for my son's team, and I was a horrible coach. No, I was. I didn't care whether we won or lost, or, you know, like we had a major league draft for like these kids, 10-year-olds. You know, and all the other coaches thereafter, the kid who could hit the best, pitch the best, the biggest kid for their age. I didn't want to do that. I said, I don't care if he can hit, if he can pitch, whatever. Listen, if that kid's got a hot mom, he could be on my team. It's another time, man. I had a high batting average during those years, man. Oh, I was killing it, man. I remember one time this kid ran into the dugout. He's like, Coach, I forgot to tell you, I'm not gonna be here next week. I gotta make my communion. I said, what? I said, if you're not gonna be here, who's gonna strike out and make all the errors? You should have seen it. Is that mean? We used to have this kid on my team, and his mother used to feed him through the little fence in the dugout. Like we had this, it was like concrete, but then you had that little box there, and she used to squeeze Twinkies through the thing there. So all the kids on my team started doing this. Every time he went up to hit, every time he went up to strike out, they used to do this thing. They used to call him Twinkie Eater. And they came up with these kids, like one kid could do like a beatbox, like the way they do the music, you know. And another kid, and all the other kids would be like, Twinkie Eater, Twinkie Eater. And I kept thinking to myself, I gotta tell these kids to shut up because I'm gonna get in trouble. This is not nice. It's really not a nice thing to do. And then his grandmother came up to me one day and she goes, oh, I just gotta thank you, you know. I said, why? She goes, oh, because all the boys call him Derek Jeter, that's so nice. She thought that instead of saying Twinkie Eater, they call him Derek Jeter. They really are the best days, man. I tell you, cherish them right now. Oh, it's the best. It goes by so fast. My son's 25 right now. You know, but the 25 now it's like 19 when we were young. That's what it really is. I mean, you know, he's a nurse. I had a lot of trouble saying that in the beginning, but then I'm like, you know, he's gonna be making like really good money, so God bless him. And you know, he had a girl break up with him, so he was going through a hard time. And this is where the language, you kind of get that gap. You don't know how to talk to your kids anymore. So I was trying to tell him, you know, like, are you talking to other girls? You know what I'm saying? Are you going out with other girls? That's what he said. I'm talking to a few girls. So I was like, all right, maybe you want to try, maybe doing a little bit more than talking. But apparently, if you say I'm talking to a girl, that means more than, right? What does it mean?
It's like you're dating but without a label.
Okay. So that's what he said, yeah.
Dating them, but
But here's the problem. Then the next call was, hey, Daddy, I got a problem. I'm talking to this girl, but I think she's talking to my friend too. It's a problem, right? And I was watching this thing, it's incel. You know what an incel is, right? Involuntary celibate. There's a thing now. There's a group. There's a group of kids, and they're called like incels. They come out, and they let you know, I'd like to get laid, but I'm celibate, but it's involuntary. I never knew that you could. Why would you label that? And listen, every guy has those periods of time where you're involuntarily celibate. In high school, they called it Dungeons and Dragons. Remember that? All right, I gotta leave you on something. This guy took me out, like when we got out to have a steak dinner. You know, he's my boy. He's like, I'm bringing you to this place, man. You're gonna love it. You get to pick out your own steak, and then you go in the I guess the freezer or whatever, the cold, and you pick out your own steak. They bring it to the table, and then you get to cook it the way you want. So I was like, you mean the way I've been doing for the last 14 months? What kind of treat is that, right? But it worked out okay, because here's the thing, and I always get embarrassed when I go out or a barbecue or something. I like my steaks well done. And apparently that's a problem. I forgot the first time I went out to a barbecue, and the guy was like, he was so happy to have me there too. He thought I was kidding. Hey Mark, how do you want your steak? I was like, well done. He's like, no, seriously. I'm like, yeah, well done. And then he had to make a big deal to everybody in the place. Can you believe this guy? Well done. Are you freaking kidding me, bro? Yo, I got these steaks aged. I'm like, all right, so I don't know, just give me the youngest one. I don't even care. What are we talking about right now? I do have childish eating habits, though. My favorite steak is Salisbury steak. There's only 3 places you could have Salisbury steak, okay? One of them is in a mental institution. The second one's in prison. And the last one's in front of your TV. You'll never be in a steakhouse and the waiter comes over, sir, do you know what you like? You're like, oh man, the filet mignon looks great. And I've heard about your prime rib, but I think I'm gonna go with the Salisbury. And how would you like that cooked, sir? 3.5 minutes on high would be great. And for your size, I'll take the peas and carrots, and you can uncover the brownie from the beginning. Thank you guys so much. My name is Mark Canelli.
Keep it going for Mark DeMeo and Rich Carucci. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take about 5-10 minutes. We're going to turn the lights up a little. We're going to give you a last opportunity to get raffle tickets, 50/50s, and write your name in on the vacation packages. Then we're going to come up. We're going to draw all the names. We'll have some happy winners and some happy losers. I'll show you how much money you raised for the Dutchess Debs 12U, and we'll call it a night. Everybody will get home safe. See you in a couple minutes.
Oh my God, why am I sitting at this table right now? These were delicious. They're still very soft. There's a piece right here. Right by the side. Which one you want? Apricot or strawberry?
I was gonna say that.
They bite into it, it tastes like it's
Come here, we'll look like a flag.
just take it out of the oven.
Look like a pennant pattern. We look like a double stuff.
Take a couple, I got a lot of film.
How many exposures? 36?
Check your aperture.
Guys, now let's take off our shirts.
Let's not ruin the show.
It's one of the very few rare times I can say I think I'm gonna win this close round.
Without a doubt.
Hopefully we'll get a chance to hang out again.
One of the kids in my brother was back to guest my wife, yeah, his wife is my wife's sister.
Yeah, what a great guy. Love that guy.
She's related to Briscoe too, through marriage.
That's his, her uncle.
It's fun. He's really fun. He could be a comedian. Yeah.
Mark's good shit. Now, who's the couple? I know them from town. I was just talking to them. Straight back. He's got the gray and black shirt. He's leaning back right here. He's later to red jacket. I don't know. No, the couple over more. He's got
To the right or left?
To the right.
To the right?
Yeah. They're from my town. I know them forever. Like they're from around.
Yeah, there's some new work. There's the lady that was doing the snacks over there, Tim and his wife. They're not Tim, where's Tim? This gentleman right here with the blue shirt.
Yeah.
They're all new.
Oh, I know them.
Yeah.
Home run. Now there's some people, Bellissimo?
What's that?
Bellissimo? I don't know, I think they're at this table.
Right out the big check.
Yeah, 3 blocks, Lucy, yeah. I saw you go over the board.
No, I don't think so. Did Joe end it?